And Tom, when did you work at the park?
I worked in rides from 2016 to 2018, so relatively recently. It was my first job. It was really fun.
So I've been sent in some pictures and whatnot from both of them. We're gonna start. So Tom, I know you sent me in some pictures, so you want to stroll through those?
Yeah, so I don't really remember in too much detail as much as Brian does from his rides, but I have some neat little employee artifacts from my time working at the park. So these are two different rewards that I've gotten from working. One was Ride Shining Star, the one that you see on the left. I was recognized as Team Member of the Day. I think that's dated April 16th, 2016. So I was in Adventure Alley for my first 2 seasons, and I moved to the lakefront as well. I forget what, like, typically it's if you get like a guest compliment or something like that, or if your supervisor notices that you're going out of your way to make someone else's day better, or like doing a good job at work or whatever, they can nominate you to be the team member of the day. There's also supervisor of the day. You can get like ride crew of the day, and then on the right you see service superstar. I achieved silver status, and there are a bunch of different categories that you could get, different parameters to hit. And if you got a certain chunk of those, I believe it might have been 3, you got silver status. So I think I got like a guest compliment, team member of the day, and one other thing to get silver. And then if you got another 3, if that was the number, you would get gold. So if you see people whose badges have the little card behind it that says silver service or gold service, they did that on the right. So that was pretty fun. And then, yes, these are, I was asking you before the stream, Brian, I didn't notice it on your board. You have your certification cards, but these were mine.
Yeah, I have them.
I'm missing my 2017 one. I believe it was blue. They kind of changed the color every day, or every year, rather. I think in a few years ago, it was purple. It was pretty cool. But, yeah, you would take tests after. So going into the rides department, you take a general test just about like what it takes to run the ride safely, work at Great Adventure, that kind of thing. And you have to be tested on every ride that you work. And sometimes you have to take an attendant test, sometimes an operator test, sometimes just one test for a single ride. So actually, I have my employee badges somewhere over here, but can't find them. There they are. So the hole punches are rides that I was trained on. So in 2016, I was trained in all of Adventure Alley, which includes the Big Wheel, Fender Benders, Deja Vu, Swashbuckler, and Jolly Roger. The Adventure Alley that the employees use is different from the one you see on the map. I forget why that is, and I'm pretty sure it's changed a few times since then. But then 2018, my last year at the park, was where I had the most certifications. I had certifications on the Mine Train, Skull Mountain, Adventure Alley, some in Lakefront, and a little bit of Looney Tunes Seaport. One of the cool things about working Roadrunner Railways, it was called back then, and then also now Little Devil, is that sometimes you manually have to pull the train back into the station if it doesn't engage with the brakes all the way. So that's a completely normal thing if you've ever seen an employee having to haul the train. Yes, you have to know how to do that. I believe it was on the test, like the safest way to do that. And then I also was trainer certified. I was a supervisor in my last year. You can see from my name tag. So being a supervisor just means that, well, you are helping out with the morning checks and all that kind of thing. There's a little more that goes into it beyond just being a regular ride operator. You have to know how to train people at positions. So that is a whole certification in its own. It was a really cool experience. Like I said, so many valuable people skills from working this kind of job. And it was really cool to just see what goes into running the rides.
Tom, would you like me to switch to the next one?
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Forget what I even said. Yeah, so these are the 2 employee polos that I still have. The one you see on the left, the burgundy one, is kind of like the default supervisor polo. You get this one, and then in wardrobe, you could buy different colors. I think I had a green one, a black one, a pink one, and we kind of had our own informal dress code too. Like we did like the Mean Girls on Wednesdays. Please don't kill me if I'm butchering the quote. I haven't seen the movie. It's like on Wednesdays we wear pink, whatever. So I had a pink polo that I wore on Wednesdays. And then we would do green on Fridays because that was payday. So we got to wear green for that. It was really fun. So you were able to buy the different colors there. And then on the right is the Justice League polo. I think starting with Joker, they gave out, or you could buy supervisor polos for whatever the new ride was. So I know I've seen ones for Cyborg. I didn't get to get that one, unfortunately. There's a Wonder Woman one, a Jersey Devil one. You guys have all seen those if you've gone to the park. I don't have a picture of it. I don't have it here where I'm at. But I also have the employee T-shirt for when Justice League came out, so that was part of the uniform for like the week that opened to the public. That was pretty cool. But somewhere too, I still have the rain jacket, and you were able to buy like a baseball hat if you wanted. I have that, so it's nice to. I think one year I did use this as a Halloween costume, so that was pretty funny. And then here is a picture of me in the wild operating the mine train. See my friend Bree, she was the other supervisor, so we rotated on that ride. It was really fun working there, like working the park's first roller coaster. Yeah, not much has changed in terms of my my need to be goofy, I guess. I don't know. There I am. I look like I'm having a great time.
Between you and Brian, wow, you look totally different. Much younger, and then Brian, you look totally different without the beard.
If I
that was like high school days.
Like yeah, this picture is not really that old, like 4 or 5 years tops. But like if I shave, I will look exactly the same.
Same as Brian. Yeah. Wow, you're right. Wow.
And then there's another one. Yep, Colin highlighted me there. This was when I worked in Adventure Alley. This is my team member days. You can see I have an orange name tag there, so I was either 16 or 17 in this picture. I forget what year it was from. But yeah, Adventure Alley, like the big wheel was kind of like our home base for that section. Obviously, it's just the biggest landmark that was there for us. Skyscraper too, but that technically belonged to the Lakefront crew, which is why we didn't do the picture there. But yeah, those were the team members we worked with. We would all rotate between the different flat rides in the area. It was pretty cool to get a taste of working both the flat rides and the coasters.
Well, that's all I have from Tom, but thank you, Brian and Tom, for sending in all your cool stuff about operating and working at Great Adventure, because a lot of interesting stuff I didn't even know.
Oh, yeah. It's like you only see like so much going to the parks, and even like us who like know a lot of ride operators and talk to them like as we're at the park, there's just so much that goes into opening the rides beyond just like running them. It's pretty cool. And like this almost like people getting angry or whatnot because of rules or whatever. I'm like kind of skimming the questions, and I see BK31883 asks, biggest Karen you ever dealt with while working at the park? And I'll go to this one because my biggest one does come from a height issue. So I was working Deja Vu. This was my first season, so I was 16 years old, mind you. And this woman had 2 kids. One was like absolutely tall enough to ride. Her other daughter was not. And like I went through the whole like, I'm sorry you're unable to ride, and then I was trying to like, the other thing they teach us to do is like try to offer up like a ride suggestion that's similar. So like we have the mini scrambler that's over near Skull Mountain. So I was talking about that. I'm like, oh, your kids would be able to ride together on the mini scrambler near Skull Mountain. And like I felt super bad because the little girl was crying. She was upset that she couldn't be on the ride. But the mom says, sorry, sweetie, the mean man is taking his job too seriously. Like that. I was kind of like stunned. It's like, whoa, this is like your daughter's safety we're talking about here. And I'm like, the mean man's taking his job too seriously. Like that was really off-putting. It's like, geez.